Hey everybody, I just want to give you a quick update on the program and why it's taking a little longer than planned, and I promise you it will definitely be worth it. There's some great stuff that we're adding into the program, so here's a quick rundown of what we're doing. As you see on the screen here is your big why, or the big why. Why do agents get into the business, and what motivates them to go to work every day and bang their head against the wall sometimes, because it can be a frustrating job. So is it either a family, your family that drives you every single day? Is it getting out of debt? Is it a vacation that you want to take your family on? Is it your grandkids? Maybe even a car that you want to buy. Is that something that motivates you? The reason why I'm talking about that is what we're going to do is we are going to allow the agents to upload their big why to be in front of them every single day. So with that being said, knowing your numbers is such a huge part of our business, and it's such a lacking thing. A lot of the numbers that we see are always history. We're always looking in the rear view mirror, so we're going to change that. We're going to show the history, but we're also going to have the vision to see what's ahead of us. So here's what is going on into the KW Commitment to Excellence update. So in this scenario, it's the family. So the family is the big why. So this will be sitting front and center for that agent to look at every single day when they're logging into their account. So what we're going to do up on top here is year-to-date GCI. You will track that, your 2014 goal, and what's your gap. So they get to enter in their goals for everything. There's a ton of stuff they'll be able to enter in their goals for, and then it's going to track it. Their 1099 income, so their actual net income, 22, and then they have their annual goal here, and what's the gap. Company dollar paid in, how much is left, so they'll be able to set their own caps. Royalty paid in, how much is left, and then it'll gauge it as well. So your company dollar gauge here, you're 50% done based on a 19.5 cap in this scenario, and then your royalty cap, that will be right there in front of them as well. Then it's also going to show them active listings. How many do you have? How much volume is that? What's the days on the market of those listings? What's the average price of those? How much GCI is sitting out there in my listings? Under contract, so these are properties that you have a contract written on, or somebody has wrote a contract on one of your listings. How many are sitting under contract? 6. How much volume? How many days on the market have those listings been? What's the average price? And then how much income do I have sitting out there right now under contract? And then the third part of that would be your closed units, the amount, the volume, what's the days on the market of those been, the average price, and how much GCI do you have out of that volume. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to chart this for them. So in the green is going to be their closed GCI by month, and then what is powerful about this program is to be able to see the future. What do I have coming up? So it's April right now. What does this agent have coming up? They have $6,300 still sitting out there that has not closed yet for April. They've got $8,900 in the pipeline for May, $65 in June, $45 for July, $66 for August. And this is so powerful because instead of looking at the bank account and saying how much money do I have in it, they can actually look into their future and then get that motivation to go out there and get more contracts, so they know that they have the proper income for the future months. This little line here, it's green. That is based off of their goals, what they need to hit each month, so they can see that as well. And this is a very powerful little tool down here on the bottom right, and this is going to show the GCI goal and the pace. So throughout the year you have a goal, and are you on pace to hit it? That's what this little black line is. So that will adjust every single day based on the day of the year, and it'll just keep moving on up, and the fill is showing what you actually have done, and are you on pace to hit that goal for your GCI? Are you on pace to hit it for your income? Are you on pace for your KW Cares donations? Are you on pace for your profit share? You get to set all of those goals and track it all right here. Next thing we're going to do is, I've got a couple categories I'm adding in here, but percentage of GCI that they actually keep, so the amount of income that they're keeping, the number of listings that sell. I've got a couple other ideas here I'm going to throw in down here. So this is like their dashboard sitting right in front of them that they log into every day, because there's going to be work that they do within the system, so they'll be able to see this stuff. And not only can they see this, they can print it off for you to see with them, or have a meeting with them. And then what's a very powerful thing that just came up recently in my thoughts is to add this in here is, all right, I can see my numbers, my production. Maybe I'm not satisfied with it. I'm not on pace to hit my goals. So they always have an option here to click here for lead generation tips. So this will just give them a wide variety of different things that they can do to generate business today. So if they're behind, or if they're just struggling a little bit, they can click here and get some tips on how they can generate business today. So the next slide here is just showing, again, always in front of them is their big why, and always an option to click here for lead generation tips. All they have to do is just enter in their transactions here, and everything automatically updates. So a listing, is it active? The list date, how many days on the market has it been? That will automatically calculate. Put the expiration date in as well, and it'll tell you how many days until the expiration date comes up. Once it goes under contract, put it under contract, and you can see the color coding. Green is closed, pending is in blue, and then white are your current active listings. Projected close date, you put that in there. That's what's going to push it to show you what their projected closing income is for those future months. The actual close date, that will push it all into the proper months as well. The property address, client's name if you want to. Days since closing. So once you put the close date, you'll be able to see how many days it's been since the closing. So maybe if you want to reach out and touch them, you'll be able to see that as well. The list price, the sale price, we're going to allow that all the way down to the penny. So everything is tracked exactly on. How much gross commission? Was there a referral paid out? Lead agent income, this is where it becomes powerful as well for teams, because they can put in if some of this money went to a team member or not. So they'll be able to fit a team structure as well. Company dollar paid in, royalty paid in, their 1099 income. What their actual split ended up being, it will calculate that for them. Did they have any KW Cares deductions? Did they have any other deductions? And what's their actual net income? And what's not showing on here, you'll also be able to put in dollar amounts that you may have spent on marketing of the home, so you can actually see what you netted on that property as well. And then that will all push to the financial statement. So they'll be able to print off an annual financial statement as well and see exactly where they spent all their money, their income, how it all came in, are they on pace for goals and whatnot for that. And then their database tracker will be in there as well, so they can see, because the database is such a huge part of your business, and they'll be able to see their total total database count. So in this case it's 2,400. The goal is 3,750, so we're 66% of the goal. So I'll be able to see that, how many contacts I have email addresses for, how many mailing addresses, how many contacts with the phone number, my last 30 days, how many people have I been putting into my database. It'll track it by day. Then you have the last 365 days. It'll track it by week, how many people you've been adding to your database. So the lead generation is such a big part of our business that they're not building and feeding their database. That's a huge missed opportunity for them, so it'll be able to be tracked here. And obviously with the addition of the training that has already been out there and is currently in use, is the ability when a new agent comes on board to simplify the training into one thing. So as they go through, they unlock each next step, so they can never get to that overwhelming factor. So they come on board, they just keep completing the tasks. It walks them right through it, shows them in video how to complete it, gives them tips, and you can see how it's unlocking the additional training up on top. So this is the foundational piece to their business. They need to complete that, and then once they get certain things done, the stuff starts unlocking up on top, so then they can go into a little more advanced training as well. So that's on its way, and I apologize for the delay, but I want to push this thing out and have it perfect for you guys, not only to be able to give to your new agents, your existing agents, and then to be able to show to recruits what their business could look like if they actually tracked and had tools like this. So it'd be a huge recruiting opportunity as well.